Somebody beeped you there, Cowboy.
Huh?
Somebody beeped at you there, did they?
Maybe I do. Maybe me or the.
We're live. We are live.
We are live.
You're
live.
You're getting beeped all over the place there, Cowboy.
I am indeed. Yeah, I'm getting beeped here. I'm getting high-fived. I'm getting strange looks. The whole works.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
I'm in the Mall in Castlebar. I was in Galway earlier on, but I got called back to Castlebar, and I'm here. And I said I'll join in the live with you boys. And can you hear me? Okay, can you?
Oh, grand, yeah.
Perfect, yeah, perfect. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? I'll go closer.
I can hear you.
No, I can hear you perfect. Sure, who wants to listen to you anyway?
That's very true. That's very true. I don't want to listen to myself.
Head Power Productions. Lots of love, boys. How you doing?
Fair play, Chris. Fair play. Check Chris out. I see he has a lot of photos up of his time out in his time in serving, and it's a tough one.
How is Germany, Chris? Tell us how Germany is at the moment. Did you have many points there?
I think he's back in the States at the minute, but
who was this that was commenting? Chris, the producer lad, is it?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great stuff. How are you, Chris? How are you keeping?
So you've been getting a lot of heat there, Cowboy. From
huh?
I said you were mentioned on RT. Well, almost mentioned on RT earlier.
That's right. My video was mentioned during the week. My salt and vinegar video, and the prick never fucking even mentioned my name. $3 left. Dead hedgehogs. Nothing.
Who was it? Who mentioned it?
Ryan Tuberty.
Ryan Tuberty mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have decked him when I had the chance a couple of months ago.
And what did you mention it on the radio? Was it or
yeah. You know the video, and I wouldn't mind, but that video that just came to my head. Like I literally seen the thing, the salt and vinegar going on the register, and I just thought, wow. I said they're really trying to claw back their. And the truth of it is, they said it was 70 cents, but it was actually 2 bags of chips, so it was 35 cents a bag.
Fuck it, still.
But anyway, I put it up on my way to Bertha Beach. I was going for a walk along the beach, and when I went back to the car, it had gone nuts. You know when a video is going to do good straight away within the first 40 minutes or 50 minutes. You hit a target, you hit like 5,000 or 6,000 views, and you know that one's going to go good. And then there's some of them that laboured, they might be on 1,000 views and whatever. But this one had like 30,000 views in less than an hour.
Brilliant.
And it was the simplest. It was the simplest of all the videos I've ever done. It was just complete rant at the salt and vinegar. I mean, of all the things that I've put thought into and haven't done well. And this one just takes off. By the time I got home, it had 100,000 views.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's mental, isn't it? It's like the Irish Examiner were reporting on it.
The Irish Examiner had a big article, and they put it up on their Facebook and all the other platforms, and it done astonishingly well. You see, the thing is, everyone has a story about being caught.
Yeah, 100%.
Relevant. Yeah. And I wouldn't mind also, but it was one of my, maybe it's the way to go. I put a lot of curses into, when you're off in a rant, the curses just roll off the tongue. So this one wasn't particularly bad in that respect. So yeah. maybe if I tone it down a bit, things might go better. Not that everything is going great anyway, but
at the same time, you expect more from the Irish Examiner. let's
Thanks,
be honest.
Chris.
No, it's very true. They must be hard up for reporting news when they have to report on somebody
the Taliban have taken over Afghanistan, and they're listening to you whinge about fucking salt and vinegar.
Well, people want something else to whinge about, bar the coronavirus and the Taliban and all the bad things.
That's true. People want trivial shit to give out about that doesn't really mean anything.
It's something as well that they can attach themselves to. They can have a little rant. They can comment on something that happened to them. Like a lot of people were commenting that they got caught paying water, like a jug of water, tap water, which I think is worse than paying for salt and vinegar, to be quite honest.
What, in a restaurant or something?
In restaurants and pubs, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Some lady said she got charged €5 for a jug of water.
That's taking the proverbial.
Yeah. If you go through the threads on the $3 Left TikTok underneath that video, which by the way I think it's like, Scott, over at this stage nearly 550,000 views on TikTok alone.
Wow.
If you go and look at all the comments, you'll see all the stories about people getting. But there's loads of taxes and VATs and everything that people are paying that don't make any sense. Like a lot of people pay double tax on stuff, and it's
what's the double
crazy.
tax? What do you mean double tax?
It's like you might pay something to come into the country, and then you pay for it again. You've already paid for it in the price of it. You know what I mean?
But if the tax man owes you something, then you'll get it back.
Yeah, well, that's true too. That is true. That is true. But and just things that we took for granted being free years ago. People are, air and tires. That's another pet hate of mine. Air for tires.
That's a pet hate of mine as well.
Big time.
That's fucking very tight. Air and tires.
Really, yeah.
Jesus, that should be free because it's a safety thing. Do you know what I mean?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And can you imagine being you're out at night, the petrol station is closed. Years ago when I started driving first, the petrol stations, the air valves were left on all night.
Yeah.
Now they shut them off. If you can't pay for it at the time, they shut them off. I think it's a disgrace.
That is a disgrace. It's very bad. Because what if somebody got broke down or something? Do you know what I mean? That's terrible.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you got? So Jay Dallas reckons you're one step closer to being an influencer.
What? Well, there you go.
There you go.
My life hits new heights every day.
There you go. Whatever an influencer is.
Yeah.
Nicola Phelan says, "Are Nefit the Taliban cowboy?"
The which?
Nefit, are Nefit the Taliban?
Yeah. They're going to take over. They have Houlihan under surveillance. They have him under his thumb.
They came out and said that there's everything will probably be opened up at Christmas time. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that, and please God that it will. And we've I know we've a lot of gigs coming up, but we've a lot of gigs that I'm getting a lot of emails saying after the 31st. So when is the 31st? Next Tuesday, is it?
31st next Tuesday,
yeah.
Yeah.
After the 31st, they want to get back and see would we come and play in their place, because they're hoping that they might let more and more people to the shows. We've sold out the one in Newbridge, which is fantastic, and we're on our way in Letterkenny as well. So it's all good.
Great stuff. If in the comments, let us know if you've been screwed over for anything. Let us know. I'll read them out to the boys because
I put up a thing on Facebook as well, and I just said a big response to the video about the salt and vinegar. I said, let us know what's the daftest thing or the craziest thing you've ever been charged for. But most people must have known about the video, so they were like, "Oh, we got charged for water, we got charged for air, we got charged at Knock Airport €10," which I think is another fucking disgrace.
Well, I can get behind the €10 development fee at Knock Airport.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's great to have an airport so close by. So if it costs €10, I can let them off. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest, with that, they weren't getting state funded, and they weren't getting state funding for a long.
Do you think not? I just thought it was a bit much. I thought at the time it was thriving. I just thought, and there was a lot of cases where foreigners. I remember one particular. I get back to the comment that I put up. I remember this ladding. We were so busy when we were plastering. We had to, like, we couldn't find anyone. We'd like 42 men from the west of Ireland or whatever working from Fada, and he needed more men. So he sent out. There was an agency that was sending people over from. It wasn't Eastern Europe. It was Romania or one of them.
Yeah.
Or even Morocco. It was a strange one. Anyway, your man hadn't a word of English, but he landed over with his tools, and I swear to God, lads, for a trowel which should be flat, he had like a pan, like a frying pan,
Wow. Wow.
So like whatever bit of plastering they were doing, but what they were used to doing was scooping it and firing it at the wall and then flatten it in with a big stick, flat stick. That's what their plastering was, not to the standard of what you get in Ireland.
And what was the crack? You see, the climate is different. They could have, they might have cob houses in Morocco, right?
Yeah, so that's it. That's it. They'd be firing up mud, and sure, they'd be even rubbing it in with their hands and everything, just to get a seal on it. Anyway, we thought we might use him as a labourer then, but to be quite honest, he wasn't even a good labourer. So
why was that? Why was that, Chief? Why was he so bad?
He was a small laddie. He was a small laddie, and
understand
God
you.
love him. God love him. He wasn't very strong, and he just wasn't up to scratch. So eventually we said, listen, he said, we'll send you home. So we paid for his flight home, even though the agency was meant to, but we paid for his flight home, and we left him off in the airport. And fuck me, he didn't have the €10 to pay the thing. And they actually had to. My father had to go back, or whoever dropped him off had to go back and pay the €10. They wouldn't let him through.
Stop.
That's why I have a beef hate about.
Yeah, fair enough. That's
Look at this. Look at this. There was a gang here earlier on, and they literally left about 40 empty bottles behind them, which I think is another second thing that gets on my nerve. Anyway,
this is just a podcast for giving out. What grinds Cowboys' gears?
Cowboys getting every opportunity to whinge.
Right.
Cowboys give out every day. Cowboy gives out about something.
I go home then, and I'm just like an angel because of all my ranting done. So I put a comment up on the thing, and a lot of people were saying about the €5, the air and the tires, whatever. But then there was about 25% of the people were like, "Oh, I got charged for pissing into a fountain," like 10 years ago, and some people were saying I was speeding down.
Fine.
Yeah, but
that's called fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you go to prison for that.
Indeed. In saying that, I got done myself for public disorder.
I was going to bring that story up.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I would have been grand if I didn't give a bit of lip to the guard at the time, but I took it too far. Save it for your wife.
Hey.
I was waiting for someone to peep. So I got charged €300 for public urination, and I had to pay the premises that I peed outside, even though to this day I'll say I peed into the gutter. I had to give them €100. I had to pay that to the premises, and then I had to pay the €150 for the solicitor. But the real twist of the story is the solicitor and the person that owned the building were the exact same person. So your man got a right fucking doing out of me. And then I went down, that night, the Friday night, and drank in his pub as well. So he was really creaming it out of me.
Yeah, you did well. He did well.
He done well.
Yeah.
He did surely. Save it for your wife. Ha ha ha.
What's your predictions for the football, lads? Tyrone
for tomorrow, for Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a big shocker.
I'm going for a big shocker as well.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go for Tyrone. The more I last week I said Kerry. I just think you just don't know, and I do think if I think Tyrone can do it.
Well, I think you're wrong.
They've absolutely nothing to lose.
Except for the match.
Well, except for the match, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that they have much of a chance now, to be honest. But
we'll see.
I think they would have had a better chance if they didn't come down with COVID. Do you know what I mean? I think they would have had a lot better chance. But I'm still going to go with Tyrone because I think they've had harder games in Ulster than Kerry have had. I
don't think that matters to Kerry though. Kerry never have hard games in Munster.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But I still think them hard games might stand to Tyrone.
Yeah. Plus, remember they've had an extra week to recover, whereas Kerry really needed a game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Look,
Maybe.
I
hope that happens like that. But
then again, I also said, lads, that if I wanted to win an All Ireland, being from Mayo, I would like to beat the Triple Crown, I would call it: Galway, out of Connacht, Dublin or Kerry in the semi, and then Kerry or Dublin in the
yes,
final.
100%. Because at least if they're going to win it, to beat the best along the way.
Beat the best.
We said that in the last.
And history. You know, in 20 years' time, when you look at the run, and you see you bet Galway, you bet Kerry, you bet Dublin, it's a nice All Ireland. It's 100%. A true All Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Perez put in the comments here. He goes, "You get caught peeing out in America outside, you going on a sex offender list. So be careful when you come here." So,
are you serious?
No.
End up on the Ofenk list.
That's just his excuse.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
That's just his excuse for being on the list. For being an offender.
That's terrible. Now, no, you shouldn't be. I was giving out about people like littering here in the park here, but then you shouldn't be doing that either. And I'm guilty of it in my younger youthful days, of doing it. But I suppose you shouldn't do it. But listen, you also shouldn't be putting a sex offenders list for getting caught short. You know.
Yeah, but maybe he was pissing outside at fucking school or something, and he was fucking
at 3 o'clock.
Maybe he wasn't pissing, he was wanking.
Maybe he was wanking in front of the school.
Talk about taking it down a notch, lads.
Yeah. I think it was already down a notch.
I'm here in the Manacast Bar. It's lovely to see people out walking and kids out playing, and there's a bit of a party going on here as well, or something. I don't know.
And any offenders in the woods with you there?
I don't know. I think I'm starting to look like one myself.
That reminds me of the story in we were doing a gig. Was it Galway or Dublin? And we were staying in some. We told you this one before. We said this on the podcast before, I think. And Cowboy, you were drunk and you thought that somebody followed you. You know, that was it. I went home early. I went home early from the gig, and I went home early from the gig, and I was in bed. And then you jump into the bed to me, and you go, "I fucking got him! I got him! I scared the fucking shit out of him." I go, "Who? Who did you scare the shit out of?" "Oh, I got him! I got him!" And then, as the story developed, we learned that you thought this person was looking at you all night, and you got kicked out of your own after party in the Grand Social. And workman's. And then you went back to the thing, and you seen the security guard that was in his carry looking at his phone, and you thought he was looking at porn, and then you thought he was looking at dodgy porn as well.
Yeah.
I like the way that you were the moral authority in this story.
I said nothing, and I said not the good type of porn. Oh my God, I don't know what happened to me that night. I was polluted. I to this day I think I was spiked.
Yeah.
But I got kicked out of my own after party. I wouldn't mind, but I'd gathered a nice assembly inside, and then I went out for some reason. Like, it's not even that I smoke. I went outside for some reason. Then when I tried to get back in, or else they threw me out. They could have thrown me out, actually. Yeah, they did.
It was probably closing up. It's probably closing up.
I think they threw me out twice.
Yeah. That was funny, though. That was very funny.
Mark Maloney was there that night as well.
Yeah.
He didn't know what was going on.
The very man.
I got a lonesome for him today. Like, you know, we spent 10 days with them last week or the week before. You'd missed the red machine, so you would.
Oh yeah.
He's legend. Yeah. He's legend. Sure he is. He's legend. Well, any news on the thing you were doing in Sweden, Cowboy? When is it out?
I don't know. Chris might tell you there. He sent me over the trailer. I meant to show you, Pete, when we were down rehearsing the last day.
He said that he's putting some clips together at the moment. So
brilliant, good stuff, Chris. Fair play.
So That should be a bit of crack. Martin was liked it as well. He loved it. He loved the trailer. So,
Cool.
yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It'll be interesting to see now our adventures in Sweden.
Good stuff.
But I tell you what, apart from whatever we done in Sweden, lads, we learned valuable tricks and experience by doing it. And yes, we definitely do things a lot differently the next time. So
brilliant.
Excellent.
There's a lot of things that we learned what not to do and what to do for the next time,
Cool.
So in the pipeline for the next couple of weeks, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Obviously, you've got live gigs.
Yeah.
In September and October. Obviously the All Ireland final, where looks like we're going to do a video for that.
Yeah.
That's in the works at the moment.
That is in the works. We have me and you have a podcast coming up that we've already done with Killian Dars.
We are
good stuff.
He told Stephen that his name isn't Keelan Dars, and Cowboy said, yeah, but that's what I'm going to call you anyway.
What's his name?
Keelan Dars, yeah.
Also, we've Farmer Michael coming up about his his charity fight with Paddy Barnes and the debacle with Conor McGregor. He actually asked me to do the guest judge for that, and I would do it with a heart and a half. The only thing is, it's on the day of the All Ireland, and I wouldn't be able to put my 100% into it with the All Ireland being on. And also, we plan on doing a video like a fan vlog for the day. We had that planned before I got asked. So whatever I accept first is usually what I go with. And look, it's the All Ireland final. It's Mayo. I'm not going to be doing an awful lot that day, bar football.
Good stuff, Cowboy. Good stuff.
Yeah, we have.
So, what is your predictions? Chris? You're going with Kerry.
Yeah, I think Kerry will win by 5 points or maybe more.
Okay, interesting.
I'm going to go for a Tyrone 1-pointer.
I just don't see Tyrone having the firepower to fucking get over the line. We'll see.
They mightn't need it. They've stop Kerry.
That's the other side of the problem that they've got.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'll go with Tyrone as well for the crack. Just for the crack. I like to go for the underdog.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We'll wrap it up here, and we'll do.
I had something else to say there now, and I've completely forgotten. Anyway, before you go, remember as well.
Must be a lie. It must be a lie.
No. Remember, patrons get into all the live gigs that are going to be coming up for free.
Yeah.
So it's worth it for that. If anyone likes to become a patron, and what we have definitely booked is Newbridge on the 25th of September. We have 100%. 13th of October is in Letterkenny, and also we're in talks of doing a show in Mayo for either the 1st or the 2nd of October, and then we're in talks with Monroe's in Galway to do something towards the end of October, and that's the ones that I can say are 100%. The rest of them are waiting until the 31st of August to see what the story is. So I'm really looking, and I'm writing new material piece since we were rehearsing the last day, and I cannot wait. I'm starting to get excited now.
Yeah, and so what we might do is do a video for the patrons about the live shows and give them a little bit of insight into that.
Yeah, perfect.
So
also, sorry, Chris, sorry, cutting across you. I never even got to tell Pete that. I was telling you, Chris, yesterday. I have a friend that has a little airport in Wicklow, and he's invited us down to go up, and he'll bring us up across the Wicklow Bay or Dublin Bay and around the Wicklow Mountains. And I'm going to try and see if we can do a little bit of like a day trip and vlog a video for the patrons or whatever.
Do a video for that as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's a link. I'm just after putting a link into the description there, guys. If you would like to become a patron, obviously helps us out, make all these videos and bits and pieces, and you get free into any of the gigs that are going to be coming up anyway. So make sure you do that. And if you haven't subscribed or liked the video, do that as well. That'd be very handy.
Wipe up if you like the Taliban.
Yeah. If you dislike the Taliban, you have to like this video.
Yes, if you dislike the Taliban, hit that bell.
If you dislike
All right.
being charged for salt and vinegar on your chips.
By the way, I've been asked 100 times to name the place that it was in. I wouldn't. It was worth the rant, so it was.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That is
All right,
grand.
guys.
Look,